Hey guys, Gary here. It's day 3 of my desert adventure in Robber's Roost. I slept on a cliff overlooking the Dirty Devil River last night, and today I'm on my way to explore an unknown petrified forest I stumbled on in a previous trip in the area. Check out a mysterious outcropping I found on Google Earth that looks like an ancient Pueblo ruin. See how far we can get into the Henry Mountains, one of America's most remote mountain ranges despite dangerous conditions. And find an old pioneer cabin along the way. Check it out. Alright guys, straight ahead are the Henry Mountains. These are some legit mountains out here in the desert. They are over 11,000 feet high. You could definitely ski or snowboard on them if you wanted to. There's no resorts or anything. Interesting bit of trivia, there are bison. There are wild buffalo in these mountains. Anyway, we're gonna go over a few mountain passes, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know how much snow is still gonna be there, guys. This is definitely early season. It is late April of a pretty normal snow year. So there's a good chance we'll be driving on some snow. We'll see how far we can make it. Bull Mountain on the northern side is a little bit of snow still. All right, there is a little old Jeep trail here that's really easy to miss. Until people don't come down this way very often. The sign, there is a sign that has fallen over. This is an actual route. Oh wow. Guys, I see entire trees. Oh, that is totally petrified wood. Okay. Pop the hood. It's too hot. Needs airflow. Run the engine for a minute. Alright guys, we're here. There's the Henrys. There's the Jeep. It's a slow uphill drive to get here, and my temp gauge just started to soar once I parked, so popped the hood, cooled it down a bit, let it run for a bit, and revved it. We are gonna check out some petrified trees. It's windy, and I'm digging that wind because it's like 80 degrees. It actually feels nice. Look at the size of these. They're huge. It's too bad there's cows everywhere, but wow. That is massive. That is a huge tree. And that's like 260 million years old. That is crazy. This thing saw dinosaurs, guys. This thing saw early dinosaurs, like pre-T-Rex. Here. Energy drink for scale. Dog for scale. 50-pound dog. I'm guessing no Triceratops ever looked at this tree and thought, gee, someday some guy with a camera is gonna set an energy drink on it to show people how big it is in 260 million years. I have a headache. I'm hoping this fixes it. I have been drinking water. Huge. These are freaking huge. Man. All right, let's go see if we can find some more. Some pieces over here. See what else we got. Oh, I see some over there. See those black rocks? Oh, guys, there's tons of these. It's like an entire forest out here in the desert. You know, I keep wondering what these little things are. I don't know what plant that is. If you guys know what it is, tell me in the comments. I'm always trying to identify plants. Little tiny pieces of petrified wood everywhere. All right, we got some more here. They're massive. There's more over there. Let's go check out those ones. This is all petrified wood on the ground here. There's so much like you can't not walk on it. Look at how curly the grain is, all these knots in it. That's really cool. I wonder what kind of tree that was. I'm sure it's some kind of tree that's like extinct now. All right guys, gotta make this quick. The camera keeps overheating, but there's more trees here. So cool. Got an old can out here. You're actually not allowed to take stuff like that. Anything more than 50 years old that is like human activity related, you're not allowed to take, even if it like was considered trash at one point. This is just like a random spot on BLM land. No signage indicating it's here. No one, I don't even know if people, I mean, I'm sure some people know about this, but this is like under the radar. Guys, I am walking through an ancient dinosaur forest, like early dinosaur era forest. That is now a high desert. Like this used to be sea level by the coast, like subtropical, like cool rainy weather all the time. Huge trees growing everywhere, dense forest, rivers, volcanoes, floodplains. Man, and these trees got buried in the riverbeds. They kept changing because of the volcanoes and the lava flow, and some of these probably just got buried in ash even, or mud flows from the volcanoes. It's crazy. Things have definitely changed. Not only is it about a mile and almost a mile in elevation higher, but the climate is quite different now, and so are the animals. Onward to the Henry Mountains! Idea who Adam is or why he has a butte. It is a fairly large butte, kind of lumpy. Just wanted to point that out. My map was drawing attention to the fact that that is Adam's butte. Another cool thing about the Henry Mountains, they were so isolated and so remote that they were the last mountain range to be surveyed in the lower 48. They were not surveyed until like the 1950s. And another cool thing, there are no pine beetles in the Henry Mountains. I thought that was cool, because pine beetles are devastating everywhere else, but the Henrys don't have them, which means don't bring any pine beetles to the Henry Mountains. It's a little rocky in here. Just keeps climbing and climbing. We're coming around Bull Mountain now, almost near the, well, we're not gonna get near the top of Bull Mountain. That's a hike, but we're coming around to the backside of it, about as high as you can get from a car. Snow, and we're gonna find out soon enough if this road's passable. we can get to the other side. Alright, lots of beavers coming up. Okay guys, we are at Lonesome Beaver. Tour through the campground. There we go, 4-wheel drive. Alright guys, we are at Lonesome Beaver, and that's what I happen to do to cool down my camera. At least it's waterproof. Let's just give that a minute. You can see there's definitely still some snow on the road. Getting a little nervous about the pass. Wickiup Pass is in about 2 miles. And that is what has turned me around before, because there is an avalanche path up ahead. So we'll find out pretty soon. Probably about a 1/4 mile or less, if it's clear. I only saw one set of UTV tracks, so I don't know. They're kind of old too. Oh my. I don't have a chainsaw with me. I don't think I can clear that. Oh yeah. Let's see. That is just barely not going to clear. Okay. That's about ready to fall on my Jeep. I should need to not touch this. I need to get out from under it. That has already fallen a little bit more since I got under it. Okay, we're backing up, guys. We're gonna pull this thing out of the way, I think. Ugh. Okay. What? Oh. Huh. Alright guys, we're in low range now. I might need a locker for this. Air compressor is pumping up. There we go. Let's turn on the rear locker. Okay, 4 low. Rear locker engaged. Oh man, that's not working. We need the front locker too. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Ooh, someone turned around back here. I'm gonna have to get out and look at this. Okay. Okay guys, it's getting kind of gnarly here. This snow is so slippery, guys. With 4-wheel drive and both lockers engaged, I barely made it up that last one. I'm gonna have to hit this with some serious speed to make it. But it's only gonna keep getting worse. And that Jeep does not have a whole lot of power. I'm actually, one of my next plans for it is to build a stroker. Give it a lot more power. And right now it is struggling. We're at elevation too. I don't know how high. I'm gonna guess like probably at least 8,000 or 9,000 feet. The problem is this snow is melting so quickly. Look at that. It's just like, I can't even make a snowball out of, can't even make a snowball. It's so slippery. Yeah, that's not normal snow driving, guys. That is slush. I'm not making it up that. Dang it. There's gonna be, yeah, and we're still like at least a mile and a half from the pass. And look, there's nowhere to turn around. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. That actually would be a good place to turn around if there's no snow. I do not want to back down this, guys. I really don't. We might do a 1,000,000-point turn. Turn off the lockers and do a 1,000,000-point turn. Yeah. Okay. Daisy and I are gonna hike to the pass. It's about 2 miles from here. I wanna know what it looks like. We're gonna scout out the road, see just how snowy it gets. I'm starting to not feel so silly for parking the Jeep. Look at this. So that right there is an avalanche path. This is the debris. You can see the trees have been ripped out and snapped in half from the avalanche. And it's on top of the pile here. There's no way we would have made it through this. But we're gonna see how far we can walk. Ugh. All that debris, that's from an avalanche. Definitely getting wet socks on this one. Okay. Yeah, that needs another month. Man. Whew, it is so slippery. Underneath the snow is just bottomless mud right now. It's been frozen all winter and it just thawed. So, all right, here's not too bad. I got all excited back there to step off the snow on a solid ground. And I sunk in almost to my ankle. Snow and more snow. All right, what's around this corner here? Wow. Oh. Daisy came to check on me there. Oh, let's get up to the side. Okay. I would not have wanted to drive through that. Final switchback, guys. Almost there. 9,262 feet elevation. Cool. There's a campsite here. Ooh, that's a good view. Okay. You can kind of see the desert through the trees here. There we go. There's the view I was looking for. What do you think, pup? All right, we got to head back to the car. We're not going to set up camp before it gets too late. All right, Daisy, come on. We're going to go this way. We are back at the slide path. You can tell it's a repeater. This one slides probably every year. That tree snapped off. That's a big one. Those trees snapped off. That one's leaning to the side because of it. But if I tried to cross this in my Jeep, I would just keep sliding that way. It'd be an adventure for sure. I'm sure it'd be cool to watch on YouTube, but it would not be fun for Daisy and me to be stranded here while we try to figure out how to get the Jeep out. I'd have to winch through this entire thing. Look how healthy these pine trees are. Guys, I am so stoked to see a mountain range that is not decimated by pine beetles. A little slice of paradise out here in a little tiny, obscure, little known mountain range in the middle of the desert. That looks like the most awkward poop daisy. I don't know if we're gonna film, but we're not gonna show you that. I saw on Google Earth here. Oh, look at a view of Bull Mountain. That's an awesome view. All right, let's check this out. Fire pit. Very old bone there. Definitely either cattle or bison up here. Very old can. How weird is this rock, guys? Fire pit here, sheltered from the wind. That is a great view. Oh, what do we have here? Look at that. And what are these? It's like 3 of each going up it. Wonder if that's meant to be the canyon down below us. Mountains to the south of us, people here. Huh. Look at this overhang. This is an epic shelter. There's petroglyphs. You know what I think? I think this is an old hunting lookout. You can see so far. Look how far you can see. You know, I'm thinking that the people who lived here would camp out up here so they could spot herds of animals down below. Let's check out these other rocks. Look at that. How is that even like hanging on there? This is such weird erosion. These are the most bizarre rocks. view from up here is incredible. You have like a 360 panorama. We're gonna see if we can get up this main rock here. Looks like there's rocks stacked here so you can climb this. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. Another little like nook in here. Oh wow, there's like steps. I mean, I think those are natural. These are not Moki steps, but you can totally walk up this. Little like bonsai juniper there, growing out of the rock. You gotta check out this. Look what I just found. Someone piled this up here. So obviously there's some glass. That is not natural, but look at all these chert flakes. Maybe that one has some signs of flint napping. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay. Ooh, ooh. We might have some artifacts here. How cool is that? Put those back the way they were. Ancient hunting outpost. How cool is that? You can drive right up to it. Okay, I gotta find a place to camp. Alright, we are having pupusas again. I'll probably do it. Oh, that was so good, man. That is really good. This is like gotta be my new favorite hot sauce. What is it? Belinda's green sauce. This stuff is really good. I'm so hungry. I had a milkshake for lunch, and I had like a 400 calorie sandwich and a boiled egg for breakfast. I hiked up a 1,000-foot pass earlier. Oh, it's good. Okay, Daisy. There you go. Alright guys, we are heading down from the Henry Mountains, and we might cut back through Capitol Reef actually. It's a really scenic drive. And then I'm going to take a 2-day work break, and then I'll be back out here camping some more, exploring. saw this on a trail going off the road I was on. Check this out. This is old. Some of these rocks look cut though. This is just desert surrounded by cottonwoods. So there's some water here if there's cottonwoods. That looks like there's a cellar down there. I totally had a cellar down there. Yeah, there's stairs, okay. Got some like mud stucco. Like actual mud holding the walls together. I wonder how old this is. This is like an old chimney. This was made with mud. Let's take a look at the nails. Okay, not crazy old nails. You can kind of tell. Sometimes you can gauge like how old something is by the type of nails they use. This is probably 20th century, like early 20th century, or late 19th. Kind of scared to walk on that. This is hollow. There's totally a cellar down here. Okay, I don't want to walk on that. I don't want to fall through that. Let's take a look at that cellar. It's kind of cool. There's a wash there. There must be like a well around here or something, or a spring for them to get water. Or where they got water. Day 4 in the desert. Oh, and I get a shower later. That marks the end of my adventure. I'm up here at Hogan Pass in the Fish Lake Mountains. Got the Henry Mountains out behind me, the San Rafael Swell. You can even see Factory Butte and Hanksville. But don't worry, I'm coming back out in 2 days. Today's Wednesday, coming back out Friday night. Got another cool adventure planned. Stay tuned. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.